Life's about learning to dance in the rain. When life hits you, you've got two choices: crumble or stand tall and smile. Pain is inevitable. It's the universal constant in the equation of existence. Pain is not just a curse, but a blessing in disguise. Every moment of suffering is an opportunity to forge your spirit into something unbreakable. Smile at the pain. But there's power in that madness, the power to take control, to own your suffering, and to transform it into strength. When you smile at the pain, you're not denying its existence. You're staring it down and saying, is that all you've got? You see, pain is a teacher. It's a mentor that forces you to grow. Without it, you remain comfortable, complacent, and just another face in the crowd. But with it, you transform. You become a force of nature, a warrior with a will of iron. Then stop running from the pain. Embrace it. Let it teach you. Let it mold you. Because the person who can smile at the pain, who can laugh in the face of adversity, is the person who can achieve anything. You see, we all have a monster inside of us. It's that part of us that refuses to quit, that pushes through the pain, that thrives in the face of adversity. But most people are too scared to let that monster out. They're afraid of what it might do, of how it might change them. It's time to embrace that monster. It's time to become a monster. You've been dragging this dead weight around with you for so long, it's become a part of you. But it's time to let go of everything. Everything that's holding you back. Everything that's keeping you from being the person you were meant to be. It's time to unleash the beast within you and cut those chains. This is about facing your demons head on and kicking their asses to the curb. You see, we all carry around this baggage, this past. It's full of regrets, failures, toxic relationships. Fear, it's like a parasite, feeding off your energy, your potential, your life. And you let it. You let it because you're scared to face it. You're scared to let go. But you've got to stop that right now. You're wondering why the hell you're here. Same damn thing, day in and day out. You go to work, you come home, you eat, you sleep. Rinse and repeat. You're trapped in this cycle, and it's killing you. You feel it in your gut. That gnawing, burning sensation that screams, this isn't it. This isn't all there is. But you push it down, smother it with excuses, drown it in distractions. Because facing it means confronting the truth that you're living a common life. And that's the brutal reality most people never want to face. But I want to tell you something real, something that might piss you off, might make you uncomfortable. But if you listen, really listen, it might just change your life. You've got to be uncommon. Being uncommon isn't some feel-good, motivational buzzword. It's a war cry. It's about staring into the abyss and saying, I will not be consumed by this mediocrity. It's about embracing the pain, the grind, the struggle. It's about rejecting the easy path and forging your own, no matter how brutal and unforgiving it might be. Life is hell, but you already know that. You've felt it, you've lived it, and if you haven't yet, you will. Trust me, there's no escape from the pain. It's a given, a constant, a shadow that follows you no matter where you go. But it's not about avoiding the pain. It's about facing it. It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. Remember, the world is full of people who will tell you it can't be done. They'll tell you to give up, to settle, to accept your lot in life. But you're not one of those people. You're the one who pushes back, who defies the odds, who stands tall when everyone else has given up. The bubble of mediocrity is a prison, and you're its willing inmate. It's time to break out. Enough is enough. You can't become a monster by staying in your comfort zone. You have to push yourself to the limit, and then push even further. You have to do the things that scare you, the things that make you uncomfortable, the things that make you want to quit, because that's where the real growth happens. That's where you find out what a monster you are. If you think you're pushing hard, you're not. You're just scratching the surface. Look around. Most people are just going through the motions, living life like they're sleepwalking. They hit snooze on the alarm, drag themselves out of bed, go to a job they hate, and then come home to a life that's barely better than a prison. They're soft, weak. They're afraid of pain, afraid of failure, afraid of stepping out of the comfort zone. And that fear is killing them slowly, one day at a time. Picture you're running a marathon with a backpack full of rocks. Every damn step is a struggle. You feel every ounce of that weight with each breath, each heartbeat. Now imagine dropping that backpack. Imagine the relief, the freedom, the power surging back into your body. That's what letting go feels like. But it's not gonna happen by itself. You've gotta reach back, unzip that bag, and start tossing those rocks. Think about those rocks. Each one represents something different. Maybe it's a failure that's haunted you for years. Maybe it's a relationship that's been poisoning your soul. Maybe it's a fear that's crippled you, made you hide from life. Take a hard look at each rock. Feel its weight. Recognize its presence. Then make the decision to let it go. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be brutal. But you're not here for easy. You're here to transform, to become unstoppable. You see, the world doesn't want you to be uncommon. Society's built to keep you in line, keep you conforming, keep you comfortable. They'll tell you to fit in, to follow the rules, to be like everyone else. But being like everyone else is a death sentence for your soul. It's a slow, suffocating demise that eats away at who you are meant to be. Think about it. Every time you take the easy road, every time you settle for less, every time you tell yourself it's good enough, you're killing a part of yourself. You're snuffing out that fire inside you that's screaming for more. You're betraying the person you were meant to become. Next time life hits you, hit back twice as hard. Smile, not because it's easy, but because it's the hardest thing you can do. Smile, because in that moment, you're taking all the pain, all the hardship, and turning it into fuel for your journey. You see, darkness is not the absence of light. It's the presence of a challenge. And you are the light. You're the beacon in the storm, the fire in the night. You're the one who can take the darkness and turn it into a story of triumph. So, go ahead, smile at the pain. Let it know you're not afraid. Let it know that you're coming for everything it said you couldn't have. And when you've reached the top, when you've achieved your impossible dream, you'll look back at the path you've walked, at the pain you faced, and you'll realize that it was all worth it. Because in the end, the pain is not just a test of your endurance. It's the maker of legends. And you are on your way to becoming one. If you want to become a monster, then you need to stop being so damn soft. You need to embrace the pain, the struggle, the grind. You need to find that fire inside of you and let it burn away all the excuses, all the weakness, all the fear, because that's what it takes to become a monster. Being a monster means waking up every single day and deciding that you're going to give everything you've got. No matter how you feel, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how many times you failed before, it's about looking in the mirror and saying, I will not be average. It's about pushing yourself to go through hell. It's about refusing to be average, refusing to be just another face in the crowd. You've got to be relentless. When you're tired, push harder. When you're in pain, keep going. When you feel like you've got nothing left, dig deeper, because that's where greatness is found. It's not in the easy moments, the comfortable moments. It's in the moments when you're ready to give up, but you choose to keep fighting. It's going to break you down. But that's the point. That's how you grow. That's how you become stronger. You've got to embrace the suck, lean into the pain, and use it to fuel your fire. Letting go is a violent act. It's a battle. It's you versus the past, the pain, the fear. And you've got to fight like hell. You've got to rip those chains apart with your bare hands, scream into the void, and declare your freedom. Don't expect anyone to do it for you. This is your fight. This is your moment. Every single one of us has faced those dark nights, those moments of despair, when it feels like the world is closing in. But the difference between those who stay stuck and those who rise is the willingness to let go, to embrace the pain, to learn from it, and to move forward. If you want to be uncommon, you've got to be willing to suffer. You've got to be willing to push past the pain, the fear, the doubt. You've got to be willing to do what others won't, to go where others can't. Being uncommon is about more than just working hard. It's about working smart. It's about relentless self-improvement. It's about becoming obsessed with your goals, with your vision, with your purpose. It's about looking in the mirror and facing your demons. It's about stripping away all the bullshit, all the excuses, all the lies you tell yourself. It's about owning your failures, your weaknesses, your flaws, and using them as fuel to drive you forward. Because those who are truly uncommon don't see obstacles as barriers. You see them as opportunities. You see them as challenges to be conquered, as stepping stones to greatness. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of. Show them that the pain didn't break you. It made you. Show them that the smile on your face is the symbol of victory over every challenge thrown your way. And remember, in the darkest moments, when you feel like giving up, when the pain seems too much to bear, just smile. Because that's when you're the strongest. That's when you're truly invincible. This world doesn't reward the timid. It respects one thing and one thing only: power. And power comes from facing the darkness head on, not from running away from it. So, when you feel like you're in the depths of hell, remember this: you're in the perfect place to show how bright you can burn. The darkness is where you find out what you're truly made of. It's where you forge your spirit in the fires of adversity. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Pray for the courage to look at the worst moments you've been through and say, I'd go through it all again if it meant becoming who I am today. Because who you are is someone who doesn't just endure pain. You use it, you transform it into fuel. You turn your trials into triumphs. And when the world throws its worst at you, you smile. Not a smile of surrender, but a warrior's grin that says, bring it on. Every day, you have a choice. You can choose to be average, to be weak, to be comfortable. Or you can choose to be a monster. You can choose to push yourself beyond your limits, to face your fears head on, to embrace the pain and use it to become stronger. You can choose to be relentless, to never give up, to never settle for anything less than your best. You see, monsters aren't born, they're made. They're forged in the fires of adversity, in the crucible of pain and struggle. They're built, one day at a time, one decision at a time, one moment at a time. And it starts with you, right here, right now. Stop making excuses. Stop being afraid. Stop being weak. It's time to rise up, to take control of your life, to become the monster you were meant to be. Get out of bed when it's still dark outside. Push yourself harder than you ever have before. Do the things that scare you, that challenge you, that make you uncomfortable. Embrace the pain, the struggle, the grind, because that's where you'll find your true strength, your true power, your true self. And when you do, you'll realize that you've been living a lie. You'll see that you were never truly alive, never truly living. You were just existing, just going through the motions. But now you're awake. Now you're alive. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to face yourself and unleash the beast that's been caged for far too long. Now, I want you to think about something. What's the worst that could happen if you let go? If you shed that skin of fear and doubt? What's the worst that could happen? You fall? So what? You've fallen before, and you got back up. You failed? Big deal. Failure is the greatest teacher you'll ever have. It's not about falling down. It's about getting back up again and again until you conquer. People will tell you to forgive and forget. I say screw that. Don't forget. Remember every scar, every battle, every tear. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you of your strength. But forgive? Yes. Forgive yourself for carrying that weight for so long. Forgive yourself for the mistakes, the wrong turns, the setbacks, then let go. Not for anyone else, but for you. You see, letting go isn't about weakness. It's about strength. It's about reclaiming your life, your power. It's about standing tall, looking your demons in the eye, and saying no more. It's about running that marathon free of the rocks, the chains, the past. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. Right now, write down everything that's holding you back. Every rock in that backpack. Name them. Own them. Then, one by one, let them go. Tear up that paper. Burn it. Do whatever you need to do. But make the commitment. No more carrying that weight. No more dragging yourself through life. This is your time. This is your moment. Nothing worth having ever came easy. You've got to fight for it. You've got to bleed for it. It's hard as hell. But that's the point. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. The more brutal the journey, the more powerful the transformation. Being uncommon means embracing the suck, loving the grind, thriving in the chaos. It means standing tall when everyone else is falling apart. It means being the last one standing when the dust settles. You've got to be willing to walk alone, because the path to greatness is a lonely one. The world will try to pull you back, try to drag you down, try to break you. But you've got to be stronger than that. You've got to have a will of iron, a heart of steel. You've got to be relentless, unstoppable, unbreakable. And let me tell you something. When you commit to being uncommon, when you dedicate yourself to living a life of purpose and passion, something incredible happens. You become a beast. You become a beacon of light in a world full of darkness. You become an inspiration to others, a testament to what is possible when you refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. But when you break through, when you let go, you'll see a version of yourself you never thought possible. Stronger, faster, unstoppable. The only thing standing between you and greatness is you. Your fear, your past, your doubts. Let them go. Step into your power. Embrace the pain, the struggle, the fight, and rise. Rise above the noise, the chaos, the darkness. Rise and become the person you were meant to be. Let go of everything and gain everything. Your life, your freedom, your strength. It's time to unleash the beast. It's time to become unstoppable. What's holding you back from becoming a monster?